If you are working with a tight budget and you want to buy a gaming PC that is already built for you, this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best budget pre-built PCs that you can buy right now from $500 all the way up to $1,000. All the links to these PCs will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first PC, we have a very cheap system in the Victus 15L for under $500. This one has the Ryzen 5 5600G and the RX 6440 GPU. It's nothing crazy, do not expect a 1080p ultra experience, but if you want to play 1080p low to medium settings, games like GTA 5, Fortnite, and easy to run games in general, then it's going to be completely fine, and you don't need to spend anything more than that, especially for games of that nature or games like Minecraft, Roblox, and just very easy to run titles in general. If you want to play at 1080p ultra or you want higher FPS, you are looking to spend more money. But if you have around $500 to spend, I think this PC is actually a nice budget system to start with. But of course, if you have more money, you can get the MXC gaming desktop. This one is $700 and it has the Ryzen 5 5540 CPU and a GTX 1660 Super for the GPU. Then you get 16 gigs of DDR4 memory, 500 gigs of SSD, Windows 11, and overall this PC is nice for 1080p medium settings. If you want to play at 1080p ultra, I would not recommend it if you want to play the latest high demanding titles, but for most popular titles such as GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, you can actually play at 1080p high to ultra settings, 60 plus FPS on average. So again, if you can spend more money, then sure, you're going to get better performance and better image quality, but if you want to play easy to run games, this PC is going to be enough, and it's a pretty well put together system at this price point. And before you comment anything in the comment section, yes, building your own PC will give you much better performance for the price, but of course not everyone wants to build their own PC, and if you're looking for a pre-built PC, then you are looking to spend a premium for this type of components. If you have more money, we are getting into the 1080p high to ultra settings level of performance in the Victus 15L upgraded version, this one with the i7 13700 and the RTX 3060. You get 16 gigs of RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and 500 gigs of SSD, so plenty of storage. This PC will allow you to play easy to run games such as Fortnite, Valorant, and this type of shooters at 240 plus FPS on average, possibly even 300 plus FPS depending on the settings and depending on the scenario. And then in high demanding titles, for you to have an idea, on a 15 average from TechSpot at 1080p, the RTX 3060 was able to average 80 FPS, which is a very smooth number considering this is a test with high demanding titles on ultra settings, such as The Last of Us Part 1 and Alan Wake 2. So you can expect even higher frame rates if you lower the graphic settings to high or if you play not so high demanding AAA titles. But anyway, regardless of that, 80 FPS on average is a very good number for these type of games. And since you get the i7 13700, it's not only going to be great for gaming at 1080p, but it's also going to be ideal for 1080p streaming and content creation. And then if you even have more money to spend, for $1,000 you can get the Thermaltake LCGS i460T. This is a great 1080p system with the i5 13400F and the RTX 4060 Ti. You get a 1TB NVMe SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. Yes, it's the most expensive one out of this list, but it's going to be the best one in terms of gaming performance. The 4060 Ti on that same 15 average I have mentioned before on high demanding titles on ultra settings was able to average 111 FPS compared to the 80 FPS from the 3060, so it's much faster in terms of performance than the 3060, and you can play at 1440p high to ultra settings with no issues. In fact, if you higher the resolution to 1440p, the 4060 Ti will be able to average around 80 FPS, so very good numbers. But just keep in mind that this is the 8 gigs of VRAM version of the RTX 4060 Ti, which means that if you want to play very high demanding titles on ultra settings at 1440p, you may have VRAM limitations, and if you want to have more VRAM, you are looking to spend more money on a new system. For the most part though, and for most games at 1440p, you will have no issues if they are not the most high demanding titles out there, or if you turn on DLSS in these high demanding games. Now, if you have more money to spend, you can get way better performance for 1440p and even 4K resolution, so I highly recommend you watching my video on the best pre-built PCs of the month for every budget and every resolution. You will have that video in the top right of the screen, and I also show you the estimated performance for each system. That way, if you are a beginner, you are able to understand me. Thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.